Hello, everybody, and welcome to week 13. I hope your listening test went well and you got it done. I know there were a few problems, but it seems like most of you were successful. Anyway, to press on, this week we'll be looking at Unit 13, What Would You Like? So initially we talk about food, and I'd like you to familiarize yourself with this vocabulary. It should be quite simple. Bland, shingopta, greasy, nukihe, kirimi manan. Spicy is easy, salty. Rich can also be nukihada, or luxurious. I've posted the learning material for week 13 on the LMS. Please check this before class. We'll be talking about likes and dislikes. So our grammar focus is this one to start off with. Particularly the subject-verb agreement is important here. I'm not in the mood, neither am I. Oh, really? I am. So disagreeing can be I am or I love it to disagree. Right? So be careful around that. That can be tricky in English. I can eat spicy food. I can't. I'm not good at eating spicy food. Oh, really? I love it. Okay, so in the first part of the class, we're going to try and practice this kind of learning outcome. Get you to work together with your partner and go through these. So check these beforehand. Okay, then moving on in class, we'll be looking at ways of expressing likes and dislikes strongly. Right? Please note this part, right, in the learning material. Right? Pretty boring. It's pretty boring spoken English. Okay, so native speakers often speak using superlative. So we often over-exaggerate. I really love it. I adore it. I think it's fantastic. I think it's the bee's knees. That's really good spoken English. The bee's knees, which means I really, really like it. Right? And also, English often focuses on self as an individual. So we express things as I often, I like, I prefer. Whereas that's not so true in Korean. Okay, so moving on, check through these expressions and make sure you can use them when it comes to your pair work in class. I don't think any of those would be too difficult. Detest, loathe, could be interesting, is 역겹다, 역겨워. I loathe sleazy guys. Right? 느끼한 남자들, 역겹다. I loathe. Dislike is not often used, but it's more correctly translated as what 싫은다, 싫어요 in Korean. I dislike it. Fond of is also another good one. And check the pronunciation, loathe. Okay, so moving on, we'll do the modal verbs for requests. This won't so much be focused on in the final exam, but it's important to know, particularly the communicative process of I'd like. I'd like that. Right? So I'd can be a contraction for many things in English. I would, I had, I'd like to do that. I would have liked to do it. I'd liked to have done it. So that kind of expression can be tricky in English. So we'll do a little practice of this dialogue just to build the communicative skill around using I'd for requests. So make sure you can fill out this dialogue, and I'll just get you to practice focusing on pronunciation and intonation, trying to sound like a real native speaker. Then the last part of the class, we'll be looking at the outcomes for the final exam. I want you to start expressing preferences in a more graduated scale from 100% to 50% to 0%. I really like, I don't mind, I'm not quite keen on, I kind of dislike, I'm not really a big fan of it. Right? So ways of expressing. So these are some examples I put in here that you can practice with your partner for the last part of the class. Okay, that should get us through the class, and I'll see you this week. Have a great weekend.